Hi everyone, it's Laurel O'Sullivan, your astro advocate, here to talk to you about the full moon in Leo on January 28th. It's volatile, it's dramatic, it's in the sign of Leo. And before I jump into the full moon, I want to talk a little bit about the energy leading up to it because there's always important to look at the context surrounding the full moon. And full moons bring to completion an important chapter in our life. And the dominant energy leading up to this full moon is Uranian. On January 20th, we had a conjunction between Mars and Uranus in the sign of Taurus. This was on the day of the United States inauguration. This is intense energy. Mars is our will, our drive, and our ambition, and Uranus is big breakthrough. It's chaotic energies. It's the cosmic mind. It's the higher octave of Mercury, and it's here to break us out of the restrictions of the human mind. It can break us also out of our sense of safety, and it is considered to be a connection to God, Source, Spirit, opening us up to higher ways of perceiving ourselves. And the key is to staying open. With this conjunction, and we will feel this energy, this is big, intense, chaotic energy. We will feel it in our lives and in the larger world over the next month. And it can activate our fears. We need to recognize that our fears are connected to the past. And while they are here to keep us safe, we need to understand that that's all they're here to do. And we need to honor them, but recognize the future can be different. And just having that awareness alone can be very powerful for taking us out of being inside of the fears. And this energy, this push-pull energy between the past and the future will continue to be playing out throughout this year. And I did create a video on that because we are all experiencing a T-square, a 90-degree angle, which is inner tension between Saturn and Uranus throughout this year. So the way to navigate this Mars-Uranus conjunction that occurred on January 20th is to be open instead of having a fixed set of expectations, but allow yourself to see multiple pathways that are possible to your unlimited potential. And it is about recognizing that our safety travels inside of us. It's not outside of ourselves. And so that can make life feel a little bit less scary, especially when the world around us might be turbulent. So we are learning this year to become more self-contained. And as we do that, the more flexible we can be, the better. So the next month, the first 2 months of this year are rather intense. And they're asking us to say yes to a certain part of ourselves because 2020, we may have come into 2021 feeling trapped or caged or somehow restricted. And so we're becoming untethered to a part of ourselves. That's what Uranus really wants to do. It wants to liberate us. It's awakening us to the possibilities. It can feel like freedom. There's a part of ourselves that we've outgrown, but we don't exactly know what the future holds. So there's this fear that's holding us out. And it's this expansion energy, but then there's the restriction, the fear of based on the past that's represented by Saturn. But with Mars now coming together with Uranus, it wants to break us out of that. It wants to give us a push and a forward move. So again, we need to be mindful of this energy about the opportunities for big breakthroughs. And while we're having these big breakthroughs, it can create chaos and turbulence. But to understand that this is all the universe's way of opening us up to our higher potential. So the full moon is in Leo, which is a sign associated with drama, and it's a fixed sign. So it's important not to overreact. And the moon is standing alone in Leo, so we might be feeling alone. And it's being opposed by 5 planets in Aquarius. We have Jupiter, Saturn, the Sun, Mercury, and Pallas Athena all in Aquarius. And then it's also receiving a T-square or a 90-degree square from this Mars and Uranus energy in Taurus. So all 3 signs involved with this full moon are fixed. And that's energy that doesn't like to change or be flexible. And Leo rules the heart. So it's going to feel intense. We might feel pressure or opposition from that Mars and Uranus energy, which could show up as some kind of subtle bullying or pressure that we're feeling. And Leo wants us to step into our courage. It's heart energy. So it's about having stamina and not giving up on ourselves and believing in yourself and letting your light shine despite the tension that you might be feeling or this like I said, bullying that you might be feeling, that energy. So we also have Pluto and Venus in Capricorn. And that's about something shifting or changing in a relationship or our income, something that we view as a source of support. This could signal endings and opportunities for new beginnings. But it's important to not give our power away with this full moon because there's a lot of volatility and it would be very easy to be reactive. So, with this shifting in our lives, with relationships, with source of income or support, it's important to stay open. Again, this awareness and acceptance of what we're learning, and to be accepting of the end. Because for many of us, we brought into 2021 relationships, jobs, situations in our life that we've outgrown. And so these first 2 months of the year are really, again, with this Uranian energy, trying to break us out of things, trying to break us out of old aspects of our life that no longer fit with where we're going. So this can, again, bring up fears. We might have fears of making more money if we don't feel worthy of it, or having a love relationship where we're truly honored and respected if that's not something that we've experienced before. So it's about shifting our limitations. This full moon wants you to ask yourself, how much have I learned to love and accept myself? Again, that Leo heart energy of courage. And this year, there's an opportunity to have huge transformations in that. And this recognition coming with this full moon can prompt the closure of the old chapter and the beginning of the new. So we're being called to integrate all that we've learned from 2020. And there's also tremendous creativity with this moon because Leo, again, is a tremendously creative sign. It's the sign of the performer. It's a sign of creative self-expression, of our joy, of our deepest sense of joy. But again, it's intense because it's receiving all this opposing energy from these planets that I just mentioned. So it's important to not be afraid to ask for help. Leo has a lot of pride. And it's about letting go of our pride, leaning in, and not allowing it to rule us. So the way out of this intensity is by tapping in to our Scorpio energy. So this is where it would be good to know in your birth chart where Scorpio is and whether you have any planets there. Scorpio is our hidden power. So instead of being reactive, if you're receiving bullying or if you're having relationships or jobs coming to an end, it's about understanding and leveraging your hidden power that you have. It's about stepping back. And Scorpio is a very strategic sign. So it's about assessing the landscape and being patient and understanding that you're going to be better served by assessing when the right opportunity is for acting. And then finally, the Sun and Jupiter are coming together in Aquarius on the day of this full moon, and that is about faith. It's about replacing this fear that can be conjured up with Uranus and Saturn and Uranus and Mars with faith. It's having confidence in ourselves that we can move forward with these new beginnings, with whether it's a job, a relationship, a move of some kind, new source of income. It's about creating the life that we truly desire and are ready to step into. So I hope that this video has been helpful. Please, if you found it helpful, I would love it if you would like, share, or subscribe to my channel. And if you're interested in receiving more updates from me, there's a link below where you can sign up for that. And I do offer birth chart readings as well as coaching involving your astrology chart. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video.